So Chike, see, let's start with you. Introduce yourself and tell my audience who you are, what you do. All right.
Oh, so yeah, my name is Chike Igwegbe. I'm the founder of Trinity Homes, located here in South Africa. I've been doing this for quite some time. Actually, I've been researching on this concept for like 12 years now.
Wow.
But prior to that, I was in the IT industry. That was where I initially, made my money when I came to South Africa around 2006. So after then, I kind of diversified into um, farming and real estate. Actually, it was just by luck I got into, farming. I had health challenges back then, so I decided, oh no, I need to start growing my own food. From
Interesting.
there on, from there on, it just literally took off. So that is how I started. I got into farming. I now went into courses on solar energy systems, did aquaponics, hydroponics, aquaculture, soil-based farming. Does literally any kind of course I could lay my hands to enhance my skills. So that was how I got into farming and real estate.
Wow.
Yeah.
See. Now you are the founder of Echo Treaty Homes. Okay.
Yes.
Uh, when did that? Tell us more about how, as you said, you got into farming and then real estate because of your health challenge.
Yeah.
That is interesting for me, because I also have health challenges, and that's what pushed me into many things, including doing this podcast. Okay,
Okay.
so see, we get into things by accident.
True.
Okay, yeah. So please tell us a little bit more if you want to. I hope you can tell
Yeah,
us a
sure.
little bit more about that. Yes, because
Yeah.
it means a lot. There are so
Yeah,
many
it
people,
does.
there are so many people who are also having the similar challenges that you have had, that I have had. So telling us that will maybe encourage some people to do something.
Yeah. Actually, that is what I mentioned earlier is just one part of the
Mm,
whole story.
mm,
The other part is that I grew up in Nigeria. Myself, my siblings, and my parents. I grew up in Lagos. Back then. And then my dad had a thriving, interior decorating company. He was doing very well. And stuff like that. And he taught me business, like the basics. I used to like just hang around him and learn one or two things. But all of a sudden one day, um the money just disappeared. He
wow.
literally just went bankrupt, and that was a massive challenge for myself, my siblings, and my mom. He was married to two wives as well, so it was a challenge. And in the blink of an eye, we were scattered, around Lagos,
Mm,
trying to like, get, things going, but we just couldn't. And while that was happening, we were like literally trying to do our thing. But that event literally got stuck at the back of my mind. Like I was worried that no matter how much money you have, you will be presented with life challenges that will literally annihilate that money you have. So if you
mm.
have 10 million in your account, you will have challenges of 20 million, so
Wow.
if you have 50,000 in your account or whatever, you have problems of 100,000 that will literally just take everything. So that stuck in my mind, so when I managed, and when I moved to South Africa, that literally that setback setback my father experienced was all stuck in my mind. So when I started my business, I had that at the back of my mind that there needs to be a backup plan, something
Mm-mm.
that goes beyond, having money, because money, you can literally lose money, but life skills and other things, especially when it comes to the basics, like when I talk about basics, food,
Yeah.
shelter, water, energy, those are the basics. You need to have access to those things. So when I started making money from my IT business, I acquired land, with my with my wife then, and I said, oh no, I'm going to make sure that I set up like a farm. Then I had health challenges. I was hypertensive.
Mm.
And that itself, literally, when I went to see my doctor was like, "Oh, Chike, you are young. You shouldn't be on medication for the rest of your life." So I
Yeah.
had to do a 360, change. I had to change my lifestyle, started growing my own food and things like that, and that really changed. So literally, I now set up, a big garden, where I literally started growing like a lot of crops. Then I implemented a solar energy system in my house. I now set up a biodigester system where I convert all of my organic waste into cooking gas. I bought like, machines, set up a fish pond to produce fish and whatnot. I was just wired, like, should anything shortcoming, I experience
Wow.
shortcoming, I will be able to take care of the basics. And then, in 2019, I had that shortcoming, literally in 2019, in January, that my thriving IT business was literally annihilated overnight, and, there was no revenue. I had to let go employees. There was no revenue coming, but that investment I had, the food I was growing, the solar energy system I had, the biodigester I had that was producing gas, all of that now kicked in full time. And I started living off that,
Mm.
and like I had friends who were like, it's like you knew what was coming. I was like, I remember them telling my wife, and my wife was like, no, he knew what was coming, that was why we were prepared for all of this. So we had food, we had tomatoes, we had potatoes, we had beetroot, we had chilies, green peppers, so we had fish, catfish, so all of that kicked in. Then before you know it, the COVID-19 lockdowns came in 2020.
Yeah.
There was no revenue and everybody was literally indoors. But I still had all of that, producing food for me. That was when I was like, I might as well convert this into a business, convert this into a fully fledged business. And then I already had land, so that was when the whole idea came. And I was like, I need to share this, with people, like I need to help people, get back on their feet should they experience such challenges, because
Mm.
every one of us we experience challenges in life.
Yeah.
It might be financial, it might be illness, it might be grief, one thing or the other, but we will experience that challenge. But the whole concept now, which I now design, is like literally to provide like a structure, a safety net, should you experience life challenges, the estates, our concept will now kick in, to
Yeah.
provide the basics. So a classic scenario is like if you own a house within one of our estates, you and your family have access to food morning, afternoon, night, and then literally we deploy a circular economy where we recycle all the organic waste amongst
Mm.
other waste generated. We convert that to energy to
Mm.
use to power certain mechanisms within the estate. So literally, should you lose your job or something happens, the estate can absorb you somewhere, can literally absorb you somewhere where you can now, still have access, to food, energy, water, the basics, and literally giving you the time to now bounce back, financially. So that was how I designed the concept, So yeah.
Wow. Wow. See, it sounds like all these Americans who live far away from cities, who design their life to be
Yeah.
sustainable, that
Yeah.
no matter what happens, I will survive.
Exactly. Exactly. Because money is just paper, money is just a form of reward, you
Mm.
know. Thank you for what you've done for me, but you still need like food, you need certain things. Like the lockdown showed that even with your paper money,
Yeah.
It can't buy you food. It can't buy you certain things, So you start to ask yourself, what's the value of this? So that is where such a concept is very important, especially in Africa.
Yeah.